of the car, I ran down the sandy path leading to the beach. The sun was shining, waves were crashing, and the seagulls were squawking, flying low, scouring the beach for food. My little brother Darren wasn't far behind me, and soon we were both racing to the water. "No, don't! Stop it!" I started to laugh as Darren splashed water on my face. I splashed him back, and it soon turned into a fully fledged water war. We eventually ran back to our parents, completely saturated in seawater. Soon after eating our lunch, we went for a walk. "So, now what should we do, Lucy?" Darren asked, kicking a shell along the sand. "I don't know," I replied, looking around for something to do. I spotted a cluster of rocks in a small opening, like a cave. "Follow me," I said, and went over to investigate. It was a cave, but it was very small. I looked into the entrance. A small passage swerved off to the left, just big enough for me to fit through. I climbed in, and Darren followed. I walked over to the passage and got down on my hands and knees and started to crawl in. I went a bit further, but the cave wasn't very interesting, so I told Darren to turn around and go back. We got back to the cave entrance. I climbed up the rock to get out, but had to grab hold of a small jagged rock sticking out of the roof to get out. As I did this, I heard a scraping sound, and there was a big crash. One of the big rocks surrounding the cave toppled forward and blocked the entrance, trapping Darren in the cave. "No!" I cried, and attempted pushing the rock away, but it was no use. It wouldn't budge. "Lucy!" Darren's frightened cry came out of the cave. "I'm trapped! Help! I want to come out." "I know," I called back. "Don't worry, I'll get you out. I promise," I said, slightly uneasily. I continued trying to move the rock, then decided to go and get Mum and Dad. I sprinted back to them as fast as I could. "Mum, Dad, help!" I cried. "Well, Lucy, what happened?" Dad said, getting up from his beach chair. "Darren is stuck in a cave. A rock is covering the entrance and I can't move it. Come now, quickly," I said, grabbing Dad's hand and running towards the cave. When I finally dragged Dad there and he saw the rock, he quickly ran over and started to push it. He stared uneasily out at sea. "Oh no," he said, and went back to pushing the rock. "What?" I asked, getting anxious. "Well, this cave kinda, gets flooded out when the tide comes in, so we have about an hour to get Darren out or he's toast," Dad said, looking worried. I gulped. This wasn't good. "Dad, help me!" Darren called from the cave. "Don't worry, we're getting you out," Dad said. I sat down on a rock and thought for a moment. What if I found another entrance? The passage had to go somewhere. It was worth a try. "Hey Dad, you stay here and continue trying to move that rock, while I try to find another way in," I said, already starting to walk down the beach. "Yeah, okay, it's worth a try. But can you go and get Mum first? I need her help." I ran to Mum and brought her back to the cave. Then I started running down the beach, looking around at the rocks and the cliffs. A few minutes later, I struck lucky and found another bigger cave in the cliff face. I hoped this led to the one Darren was in. I climbed up and went in. It was much larger than the other one, the roof being about a metre above my head. Looking around me as I went, I walked deeper into the cave. The walls were smooth, like water had smoothed them down. I remembered that the cave was going to be flooded out, so I picked up the pace, walking briskly further into the cave. I soon came across a passage slightly bigger than the one in the other cave. I crouched down and started shuffling along the tunnel, carefully but quickly. A couple of minutes later, the passage widened out, and I found myself in a small cavern thing. There was a small puddle of water in the corner, and there was a small trickle of water dripping from the ceiling, splashing into the puddle. After a quick look around, I found that there was no way out of here. I sighed and turned back. Just as I crouched down to go back, I heard the sound of rushing water, getting louder and louder. A feeling of deep foreboding settled in my stomach, and my heart hammered in my chest. I had to get out, and fast. I made one more frantic search of the cave walls, but this time I saw a small gap in the rocks on the ceiling. But how could I get up there? I thought for a moment and decided to climb up the rocks. It was hard, seeing I had bare feet, but there was enough footholds to get up to the gap. The hole seemed to be big enough for me to fit through, but there was a rock in the way. I peered through and saw that it went into a wide space up above. I pushed the rock, trying to move it. It shifted a little bit. I kept pushing it, and it seemed to be nearly out. But that was when the water rushed in.